All right, so let's get into today's assignment. So first off, I really enjoy looking at your blind contour drawings from Thursday's class. It was really cool for people that really understood and embraced the spirit of the assignment to see the progression from image 1 to image 3. It kind of proves that the exercise works, you kind of build muscle memory, your instincts get a little sharper. So it was really cool to see that work for you all. So thank you guys for doing that. So on Thursday, you all pulled up a reference image and created 3 blind contour line drawings using the same image. So I'm going to remind you guys of the rules and also remind you that these rules will remain the same for the whole time that we're creating blind contour line drawings. So for the next 2 weeks, when I say blind contour line drawings, these are the rules, right? So you will have a reference image or a reference person, and we'll talk about what that means today in a second. But your eyes are always looking at whatever your reference is, right? You're never looking down at the page. That's the blind part of the assignment. The idea is that you're letting your instincts kind of take over and you're drawing what you see in the reference and not drawing what you're seeing on paper. And I know we talked a little bit about how, this isn't a great exercise in putting things where they're supposed to go, but this is a really great exercise in drawing what you see. A lot of what people get hung up on when they draw from life is they think that things are supposed to look a certain way instead of drawing what they see. And we'll talk more about that throughout the rest of this class. But this is an exercise in drawing what you see. So that's the rule, right? You're never looking down at your paper. You're always looking at the reference, whatever your reference is. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you never pick your pencil off the paper, right? You're drawing one continuous line, which means you might end up drawing lines that don't belong just to get to the place that you need to go to draw the next feature. A couple other things to note, right? This is a portrait class. That's why we're drawing faces, right? So we're not drawing blind contour line drawings of a coffee cup or flowers. And you certainly can do that on your own. You can use this technique to explore anything, right? But for our specific purposes, we are drawing portraits. So keep that in mind. So we're going to step it up a little bit today. So on Thursday, we used a still photograph as our reference image. Today, you guys are going to work from a live subject, and that subject is going to be yourself. You're going to complete a self-portrait using the blind contour line drawing technique. And I know some people already did a portrait of themselves for the last assignment, but instead of using a photograph of yourself, we are going to use our own reflection, right? So kind of a living, live reference image. So you can do this with either your computer camera or any camera, or you can use a mirror. So I'm going to use this mirror. I'm also going to, of course, have my pencil and my paper. So these are the things that you need today. So something else I want to note is as much as you can, if I'm suggesting that you use certain materials, please use that material. I know you may not have certain things, but if you can work on paper, on white paper, and work with a pencil, I'd really appreciate seeing kind of that consistency in the work that I'm looking at. And if you don't have access to those things, please let me know. I do have art kits coming your way for the final projects. We'll need bigger sheets of paper, but more on that later. Cool. So I just wanted to, again, show you guys what this process looks like. I did end up using my computer camera. I used the mirror, but I couldn't record my reflection in the mirror. So I just wanted to prove to you all that I used my reflection to create this contour line drawing. I just wanted to model this learning for you. So again, the process is the same. My suggestion continues to be, working in order, right? Moving from left to right or right to left and not jumping from the top of the head to the bottom of the face, right? So just kind of finding order. All right, so this is my last version that I did of my self-portrait. So you only saw me do one, but in full transparency, I messed up the recording a couple of times. So I had to, this is actually my third one. This is my second one. And this is my first one. So there's some progression. They're kind of fun. I really actually like all three of them. The first one might be my favorite though. Okay, and just to be super clear about today's assignment, you are submitting three, so similar to last time, three blind contour line drawings of the reference image, and you're using yourself, your own reflection, as the reference. So you can use a mirror or you can use a camera, whatever is easiest for you, whatever you have on hand. And again, the rules are you don't look down at what you're drawing, and your eyes are always focused on your reference. And for this particular assignment, since you're drawing your own reflection, if you look down, the reference image is going to change because that's yourself, right? So I would really recommend that you don't look down at your sheet of paper. And again, you are drawing one continuous line. So you never lift your pencil off the page. And I think based on experience, now that you guys have done this a couple of times, if you lift your pencil off the page, then you lose your spot, right? So it actually works against you to lift it off the page. But if you stay on the page, then you have, a better feel for where you're supposed to go next. And then the final thing I want to add before I let you guys get into your drawings is to please use a full sheet of paper. I saw a couple of people draw kind of like little images, little contour drawings on one sheet of paper, which is fine because I didn't specify last time. But for this assignment, please use 3 full sheets of paper. And the reason is I think you just get a better feel for moving around the page. You get more room to move around, and I think kind of the end product just comes out a little more accurate and a little more dynamic. So one final time, right, submitting 3 blind contour line drawings of your reflection. So I'm looking for 3 separate sheets of paper. Please use a pencil if you have it, and I cannot wait to see what you create.